Welcome back to yet another episode of the Public Speaking Podcast. My name is Lucas. I'm the CEO of Headgain, an amateur speaker. And with me in the studio, I have my professional, superb, amazing colleague, friend, partner in crime, Mr. Alexander Grabner-Jarlum.
That's me, bada bing, bada boom, Alexander Grabner-Jarlum, head coach here at Headgain, meaning that if you have an issue, I have the solution. I don't even know why I say it like that, but it's a fun. We're welcome to the podcast. Today we're having a guest with us from a really cool program. So this is another Speaker X edition. And when I first heard about this gentleman and I talked to him, I'm like, oh, okay. That aspect I've never looked into because I might be the polar opposite of what he is talking about, which is so cool, which is so great. So before I'm introducing him to the stage, I have this thing, and this is unprepared. You don't know this, John, but we're just gonna push you right into I was gonna say the gates of hellfire, but it's not gonna be the gates of hellfire. It's just gonna be in the deep end of the pool, meaning that the listeners want to learn who you are and get to know you a little bit more before we jump into what you do. So here is 10 Tough Thoughts. It's gonna be 10 Tough Thoughts, hosted by Alexander, your host in this podcast, together with my co-host over there, Lucas Reutersteig, who will
And
just
as always, I do not say anything. This is all Alex.
This is the thing. Right. He's just sitting there and nodding his head. All right. So what's going to go down, John, is the following thing. I'm going to say two different things, and the thing that you like the most, or you're just going to say. And so if I'm saying one thing and then one thing, and you're saying, oh, I like this thing more, and you're just going to say that thing. So it's going to be rapid, fast-paced. Don't overthink the answers. Okay. Are you ready for this, John?
I am absolutely
Excellent.
ready.
Perfect. Yeah. 10 tough thoughts. All right. Fast food or fine dining?
Fine dining.
Fine dining. Water or wine?
Wine.
Swimming or walking?
Swimming.
Staying at home or travel?
Travel.
Car or motorcycle?
Car.
Off-grid or city?
City.
Red or blue?
Blue.
Online or face-to-face?
Face-to-face.
Bed or sofa?
Sofa.
And the deal breaker, final one, summer or winter?
Summer.
That has been 10 Tough Thoughts with your host Alexander Grabner-Jarlum, together with my co-host Lucas Reutersteig, who said nothing this time either.
As always.
With that said, guys, now you get to know John, and you heard the first name, but I'm not going to steal any shine from you, and we're so eager, we're so fascinated to listen to who you are. So welcome to this podcast, John Doorbar. A big one.
Thank
Applause.
you very
Everybody's
much.
applauding.
Thank you,
So,
Alex.
Who are you?
Lucas.
What do you do?
Well, my name's John Doorbar, and I'm a speaking coach, and I help introverts to be able to speak clearly, confidently, crisply, and so that they feel good when they are presenting.
Nice. Wow. Yes, he told you guys it was going to be a treat. So what you do is not the same thing. You have a very good niche, a very, making people who are consider themselves to be introverts to be able to take this amazing thing and be able to speak their mind, right? That is so cool. Mm-hmm. So Lucas, I know that you had a very, it's not a tough question, but it's one of those questions.
Well, so you're looking at me video-wise. You're always trying to analyze my facial expressions, which is very nice. Thank you, Alex. I'm very curious, John. You've been working with introverts how long? And how did like introverts become the thing?
Well, that's an interesting question, actually, Lucas. I've been working with introverts on and off over quite a period of time, but only now have I realized that I want to focus not exclusively, but very much 80% on helping these people. Because I've had really an insight into the fact that this could be really, really important for lots and lots of people. When you think that 40% of the population are introverts, and I'm one. And so I know exactly how it feels if they're presenting and they think they just can't do it.
Well, 40%? Is that
Yes,
that's a lot.
yes, yeah. So it's a sort of niche market, as Alex said, but it's a big niche market.
Mm.
I
Indeed,
mean,
huge.
for Lucas, we had a little discussion yesterday. So just to clarify, Lucas, and for the listener, that means that every 4 people out of 10 are introverts.
Well, to
Just
give
so
context,
you
Alex had a hard time finding number 4 on a list of 20 items. So
Uh,
who needed calculating lessons? I don't know. But
you
let's
know,
move on. I love
yeah, let's move
you.
on. So John, being a part of the Speaker X and having that great opportunity to taking it from,
mm,
I mean, every great speaker has its signature talk. Can you share a little bit of the process of taking your idea and really making it into standing there and doing your 10-minute talk, your signature, which was amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to just watch it. But give us the what was your what
mm,
was your approach? What was the how did you first come up with the idea and how to share it, and how
mm.
was the journey towards the end goal?
Well, the very first idea was actually going through all of the sorts of areas which I've been learning over many, many years, like principles of influence, the importance of the psychology behind presenting, the way in which we need a good mindset to present, and and then to look personally at how I feel when I present. And I thought I really need to go for the introvert one. And the process was to find a real problem which I had as an introvert, and a real problem was that I was not really myself. So we came up with this metaphor of the mask, and the mask was a really great metaphor, and that was the first core idea. And then I reflected on the way in which I actually teach. So the way I teach is I introduce a topic, whatever topic that might be, and then I give a negative example, and then I analyze what the negative example, what went wrong, let's say, and after that, then I give a positive example, and then a summary at the end. So it's a very clear structure to the teaching. And I thought, well, it might be interesting to add a sort of a little bit of spice and a partner. So I thought I'd have this partner, and we called him Ian. Introverts are normal, or if it's a lady, introverts are normal, awesome. And so the idea behind Ian was that he was basically the typical introvert, and I was going to be a sort of sparring partner with him. And I would be the teacher, and Ian would play a role as the introvert who has absolutely zero confidence and not much idea of the principles of presenting, but also had the wrong mindset. And that's really important, because my strong belief is that there's nothing wrong with introverts. In fact, there's nothing wrong with anybody. It's just something that they've actually learned over the years through their environment, through their parents. It's a learned skill, thinking that you're a waste of space. So it's really important to make that clear. And that's basically what I did. So I did a very short 10-minute duo with Ian.
Why is it so important now for the industry around, like the people that are there? Why is it important for them now to grasp the idea that, there's nothing wrong with me, and I can expand, and I can learn this? Why do you think it's important right now for them?
Well, I think it's important that the potential with all these people, they've got wonderful, wonderful messages to bring to the world. And the
Mm,
world has got so many problems these days. We certainly need loads of people to actually solve these problems.
mm,
And I think it's just it's just a waste of lots of people's not only ideas but their personality and the might sound a bit naff or spiritual, but the goodness that they can actually bring to the world. And so everybody's got something special, I think, inside them. And if they don't say it, they feel they can't for some block, then it's really sad. And I want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to speak up. And I the point about it is that I was exactly the same. I just didn't say anything. So I kept quiet.
I think you're doing something. It's very important, John, and I think this hits for a lot of people. Being in that situation, not speaking up, not being part of the solution, or you're silently agreeing, which we all
Mm,
know. It's like this old fallacy or old false truth that being silent means that you agree. Well, it doesn't necessarily, but it doesn't help either if
mm,
you are uh, if you are opposed to what's happening but you don't speak up, or you don't care to speak up, or you don't feel that you are in the right place or in the right situation to be able to do that,
mm,
and for you to come in and help people bridge that and actually start speaking up and making a change to their life, their workplace, their business, whatever it may be, that is very important. So thank you for
yeah.
doing this.
Pleasure. Thanks.
Yeah. I'm curious. You've come through this. You've battled your own introvert journey. You've built the Signature Talk. From that, condensing your work into this 10-minute script. What
Mm.
was the hardest thing about that for you? What was killing a specific darling? What was that journey like?
Well, it was just the pure volume of potential material that I could have put in this 10 minutes. That was the first thing. And then there was something much more important. That was dealing with my own demons. Because obviously, as I was putting together the material, I thought, oh no, my God, I'm going to be standing up in front of these people in 4 weeks. And I don't know whether I can do it. And that's really good that I went through that, because it's exactly what introverts very often feel, that they just, they get blocked and they don't do what they want to do. I wanted to do it, but there was a part of me that said, no, it's not going to work out. But to answer your question specifically, what I did was I started talking and putting onto tape. So I started with something like 30 minutes. And then slowly but surely, I reduced it to 15. And then I thought, this is not going to work. So I printed it all out and crossed out loads of stuff which were not the key basic ideas. There were not many key basic ideas. The core idea really was to be confident is something which is intrinsic in everybody. You just need to believe that you can do it. And it doesn't matter whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. That was the key pillar which I was building on. And so it means that when I was actually designing it, I was watching it time and time again, seeing, oh no, that has to go, that has to go, that has to go. And I probably have about 120 hours of recording, practicing,
Okay.
and lots of it got thrown out. And it was only towards the end, with a super coach who supported me tremendously on this, and this coach was extremely capable and able to make me very specific on what I wanted to bring across as the key take-home message. I was already clear on my structure with the setting the scene, do something which is a bad example, analysis, good example, summary, and that was basically it. But
That's
very, very
nice.
tight. Mm.
Yeah. Where did you, even if sometimes we're battling our demons and we're battling our, the back and forth of thoughts, should I not? What was the most fun moment over those 6 weeks of working inside of Speaker X? What was the most fun moment where you either that everything let go and you're like, yeah, I'm doing this, or was it something where you're like, oh, ha, ha, this is a good one? Do you have any of those moments? A specific one?
Yes, yes. It was when I was doing this practicing with my coach and talking about what happened, how it went. I thought to myself, this is a really good thing to be able to say, and
Yeah.
a really important thing to be able to say.
Yeah.
And it was a sort of insight that I really want to do it. Whereas
Yeah.
before I didn't, but then I said, no, I really want to do it.
That's great. That is great. Did you like looking now at where you currently are? What is I mean, you meet people all across it. You've written books, and you're pushing it out there. I
Mm,
just met you the other day. It was so great, Lucas. I want to share this. So John we were down in Barcelona, and we had a session, and I met up with him and a couple of more people. And afterwards, she was like, "You know what I'm doing now? So I'm going to go and I'm going to talk about my book." And he had this beautiful way and a beautiful, great approach to this. So now, when you're out talking to people and listening to other ones as well, what would be the top tip that you saw? Oh no, oh, like the face palming thing, where you're like, "Oh no, 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 why, por qué, why?" What would be the top tip for people to really gather with them and move on? And we're talking both extroverts, introverts,
mm,
outroverts, the
mm,
entire spectra, like on your
mm.
personal, from your personal seeing.
From my personal experience, I think moving away from this feeling of wanting to be seen to be great to actually just, and I don't mean that negatively, but wanting to support people really so that they're able
Mm.
to move from, from where they are to where they want to be, so that they've actually, at the end of the day, they actually see some light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, it's a very good answer to that
I think
question.
it's the one thing where it separates people. You see people
mm,
all the time on social media being coaches, being whatever on ads, who
mm,
are just trying to build themselves up.
mm,
And I do think that the world and the future belongs to those who are in a giving
mm,
mindset and a giving state,
mm,
Mm.
want to genuinely help
mm.
people,
Yeah,
not just for themselves, but for that person.
yeah.
Yes,
I,
we're
I,
all in the line of business. Obviously, we need to take payment for our services. We want to do that. But I think at the end of the day, if we can go home and be really proud of the work that our clients have made
mm,
and not the work that we ourselves have done, that is a big shift.
yeah.
Mhm.
Something that really changed actually for me, Lucas, was I don't care what people think of me anymore.
Mm.
You know, I don't really care. It's irrelevant, They can think what they want about me. I can think, what I want about me or what about them, but it's not my problem. It's not my problem what they think about me.
Yes.
And even in the audience, what if they look uninterested in the audience, then it's happening in their minds, in their thinking, and there's nothing to do with me. So I
Mm.
just do my thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that. I love that. I like hooray, bravissimo, Hercules, because I've lived in the same. I live with the same principle. I've
Mm,
stopped caring, but I care for them. So
right.
I still they're valuable, but I don't care what people think about me. If you don't like
Mm,
me, well, it's a you problem. It's not a me problem.
mm,
Hey,
yeah.
I'll find someone. They'll probably cross the roads with somebody who care for me and and I care for them. But still taking care of people when you stand there and talk to them, right? That's
Yeah.
amazing. I love the shift that you have there. All right. So what does the future hold for Mr. John Doorbar?
Well, to be absolutely open with you, Alex, a hell of a lot of work.
Yay!
I
Woohoo!
I have
Woo!
my I I have my signature talk, the 10 minutes of it,
Mhm.
and I'm now going to be creating a 35, 40-minute talk. And that will be the core 10 minutes, and then I'll be building in practice exercises, which are sort of micro exercises, really. 1 minute practice for them to integrate what we've been learning
Mm.
in these 5, the 5 mini sections of it, setting the scene and bad examples. So I take them through many different topics, and I'll be doing that online once every fortnight, and then I want to go into real life and meet real people, maybe at
Mm.
the university here or wherever I can find people who want to listen to me, to be honest. And yeah, and so the goal of all this presenting the idea is to have a 2-hour workshop where I'll go through 3 of the mini modules so people see how it works, and then a half-day workshop, which will be an extension of that, and then a one-day workshop where people will bring their own specific examples, and to go through that from the beginning to the end with many different things which I've collected from an eclectic approach, picking things from here and there and everywhere.
Yeah.
And so there, and also what I also love is not only the ideas or the talking, but also the visual side of it. So the
Mm.
drawing side. It doesn't just make it different, but it makes it more memorable.
Well, I look forward to seeing these things come out, John. It's a pleasure to have worked with you, to seen the work you've done, and what you're now going into. I'm super excited for your future. Thank you. Thank you
Mm,
for sharing that.
mm,
Before we
thank
wrap
you.
up, I have a question for you.
Mm,
We are looking to expand this podcast and bring in more guests, and
yeah.
I was super curious if there is a person that you would love to listen more to, that you would want us to connect with and bring in for an interview.
Yes, immediately springs to mind is a friend and colleague of mine who I've known for the last 3.5 years, and it's difficult to describe. His name is Bas Wouters. He's from the Netherlands.
Nederlands.
Yeah, the Netherlands,
Mm.
yes, and he is nothing shorter than brilliant. He works in the field of online how to use influence online,
Hmm,
online influence. And what I love about it is he's a no bullshit guy.
nice.
In other words, he's able to specify exactly how much people can earn with the work which he does, and I like
Hmm.
that. I just love the idea, and he's a great person to be with. Bass.
Yes. Well, thank you. Make sure to send over his details afterwards. I'd love to reach out and have a discussion. Thank
I
you for
will.
that, John. Now,
Mm,
before we end, we've been talking about introverts, how to overcome introvertism, and how to get onto and into the world and sharing your message. If people are interested in that, want to learn more about John Doorbar, where can they find you?
yeah, thanks. It's very simple. My name is John Doorbar, Doorbar. So a door, what you go through, and a bar where you drink. Door bar. I've said that a few hundred times.
Yeah, we can hear that. That's amazing.
And it's just johndoorbar.com. johndoorbar.com.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Well,
Excellent. With
guys, you've
that,
heard it.
yeah,
If you're an introvert, if you are interested in introvertism, it's a new word. Maybe there is
introvertism.
one,
Yeah,
or
that's
maybe
the
it's not. I don't know. But if that's you, go check out johndoorbar.com. Thank
yes.
you, John. Thank you, Alex.
All the listeners, all the viewers, great to have John on this one. If you want to be able to speak with confidence as well, I also have to little shout out to go into our blueprint where you get to learn how to speak with confidence within 30 days. So if you want to speak with confidence and you are introverted, if you want to speak with confidence, contact us. If you're an introvert and you feel like that, you want to speak with John. But it just, again, we have a great relationship, John. I'm always looking forward to talk to you every single time when I remember when we did the Speaker X, I saw your number. I'm like, yeah, let's see what he has to say today. It was always exciting. It was always great to talk to you, and you're an excellent coach of what you do. And we need more people like you on this planet. So with that said, that was the only thing I wanted to say, Lucas. Nothing less, nothing more. With that, I'm just saying arrivederci tutti. As always, catch you on the flip side. The next episode comes out next week. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Wasn't
Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. See you all.
Have a good one, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.